What's the very first thing you should do if you're wanting to move forward in your life, or what's the very first thing that you need to do?
Take a step.
Take a step. That's perfectly right. The first thing you need to do is just show up. Just show up. And it sounds so simple, but it is so simple. And even if you're thinking of doing something new, like it could be a workout, like what we're doing here. Maybe you wanted to try the kettlebell workout, you don't know what it is. Or maybe it's something to do with your work, or it's a program, or it's a new group on whatever it is. The first thing to do is to show up. And you don't necessarily have to do anything. So you don't have any expectations of yourself when you show up. But when you show up, A, you are seen. B, you see, and you learn from other people just by showing up. And it happens to me actually a lot. I'll give you a really good example. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Curiosity Val, who we just worked with. I found Curiosity Val on the Creator Circle group, which we are members of. Creators Group is a group, you can look us up if you'd like. It's a group of people that are like-minded, positive, loving, sharing our gifts to the world, helping other people. Well, I found Curiosity Val is a regular on the group, and because he showed up, I found him, and he does logos. He makes logos for people. So we hired him to make our logo. So if he had never shown up to the group, I would never have known him. He wouldn't have gotten the job.
Or this shout out.
Or this shout out. And we wouldn't have gotten a fantastic logo and helped another person with their business. And that's what this is all about. But you have to show up. And same thing with this workout. If you have seen us, we are live Monday through Friday, and you think to yourself, oh, I don't know what that's about, just show up. Because A, you're going to learn something. It might be something small, it might be something big. B, we will see you, because we see everybody that shows up, and you will see us and learn from us, and we learn from you and all that good stuff. But you'll definitely learn something. So we're here this morning to do a kettlebell workout. RKC certified trainer David Hills is in the house. He is my personal trainer. I'm so lucky. I am so excited about that. I am like the luckiest person in the world. I have my own trainer in my living room. Andy cooks. Gal, so he trains and he cooks. And he's just a wonderful person, and I'd like to introduce him because you will learn a lot from him. He knows a lot about the human body, how it works, how kettlebell training helps you with your body, especially as you age. So this morning, what are we working on? What are you working on?
We're working on today an exercise called the bent press.
Bent press.
Yep. And this one's a little bit different than other kettlebell exercises. It's not a momentum exercise, but it is an extension of the side bending series that it will, if you can understand what's going on with this, it will change a lot of things about the way you utilize your body. That's the best I can tell you. We're gonna use prime movers as stabilizers. That's the thing. So, are you done? Shall I start talking about that?
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll see David working on this. I'm taking a couple of days to rest. I slept on my shoulder wrong, and I have a little bit of a not feeling comfortable feeling, so I'm giving it a rest. But I am showing up, and I even got dressed. Got my workout clothes on because I'm going to learn something today, even though I'm not going to be partaking in the exercise. So I'll give you the floor.
Okay, so one of the things that by now you guys should understand is that when you're moving a kettlebell from point A to point B, the goal of kettlebell training is to figure out how to do that in a way that uses your body most efficiently, meaning it uses the least amount of energy to put the kettlebell where you want it to go, which is why we use the big muscles of our body, not the small muscles, to make things happen. You use the center of you work your strength from the center out. The bent press is an interesting exercise in that it uses the body in a way that we find it tends to be counterintuitive. But if you find it, if you get it, you'll understand some things that most people don't. Now, we've been working on, let's move these so that they can see down all the way to the feet. We've been working on the side bend series, the windmill, where our feet are turned to the side and we're folding sideways. And we do this to grab something, seat the shoulder, and pick it up. The lower windmill, and then the same exercise with the weight overhead, the high windmill, right? And that works the shoulder in an appropriate fashion. What we're going to do is we're going to take the weight from a racked position and we're going to put it overhead using our hips instead of our arm. And it looks like this. I'll take a small kettlebell so you can see what's going on, and then we'll work on it. The kettlebell, Miss Kendra, if you can come over here for a moment and stand next to me. And I want you to put your hand here at the height of the kettlebell, right? And now I want you to watch the height of the kettlebell. Normally you would lift the kettlebell like so, right? Moving it with my arm from here to here. With the bent press, what I do is this. I keep the kettlebell where it is, tighten up the pecs and the lats and the trapezius, and keeping my forearm plumb. In other words, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna fall away from the kettlebell, allowing it to stay in place until such time as my arm is straight. Then I rise using my hips. One more time, watch the height of the kettlebell. It doesn't raise with my arm. It raises after I've straightened my arm by me dropping underneath. Now, it's important to keep your back straight. It's important to keep your lats back here, your traps up here, and your pecs here, all fired, keeping that kettlebell stable. It's not enough to just use your rotator cuff muscles. You have to find how to tighten your lats. See, right here, I'm squeezing my lat very tightly, crushing the kettlebell handle as I drop. Once I get to the bottom, I then use my glutes and lats as I rise. And I'm going to pull the kettlebell down, back to the rack position. That's the easiest. Now, you can bring it back down as you rise, but I like doing it this way in the beginning just so that people understand the press. Now, here's another piece of that I want you to work on. This is going to be part of our warm-up. Starting here, we're going to do one hand at a time. When you press the kettlebell up, right, you must keep this forearm plumb to the ground, not bend it, right? You're going to press the kettlebell up, imaginary kettlebell. And now, when you get to here, I want you to imagine you're grabbing a bar and doing a one-arm pull-up. So you're going to pull yourself up. But instead, you stay still. So I'm going to fire my lat, imagining that I'm pulling myself up here. That's going to keep everything stabilized as the kettlebell descends. So this is the other piece of this. I'm going to squeeze the handle and press and tighten the lats as I rise or as I drop under the kettlebell. And I'm going to keep it fired as I come up. Then I'm going to fire it even harder as I bring it down. So the lat, it's a lat workout. And it's a way of identifying neurologically with the lat in a stronger and stronger fashion. Most people don't need to strengthen their muscles. They need to strengthen their connection to their muscles. And this is what this is about. So, I do have one. I'm just wondering if we pretty much burn through our warm-up time, but we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of warm-up anyway. So, get yourself into position. Let's do this. Some bouncing. Let your shoulders relax. Let your hands relax. Let everything loosen. Good. Imagine you have water on your hands, and you're going to shake the water off. Bending your knees. Heart openers. Get the body loose. Rotate the head. Direction. Hips. Away. Knee. All right. Kettlebell at your feet. Feet on either side. Slightly turned out. Hold at the hips. Keep your back flat. Seat your shoulders. Drive into the heels. Pick the kettlebell up. And sit. 1. Pop the kettlebell up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now all the way overhead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to the front of your mat. We're going to do the deck squat. Pop it up. Sit. Roll back. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Nicely done. Okay. We're going to do some halos. Now, the key with the halo is to not let your wrist bend as it's going around. Now, the way to keep that from happening is to seat your shoulders. Seat your shoulders and bring it wide. I like to imagine that there's a bar that goes from my elbow to my elbow. So they can't get wider, and they can't get narrower. It's one unit. If you can do that, your wrists won't bend as you go around. So, pick up your kettlebell, hold it by the horns, bring it up in front of you. Now, 5 rotations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sit down. Whew, very nice. See who's on, Miss Kendra.
Oh, let's see who's on. So happy to have you here. I'm quiet this morning. Quiet without me. We have Rosebud. Hey, Rosebud. Workout to saggy butts. Yes, exactly. That actually helps. I know I'm 58 and I have no saggy butt. That's what happens when you work out. My sister Tammy. Hey, Tammy. Good to see you. Love you. Jody Marie is with us here as well. And I can't see the names on yours, but I'm so happy to have all of you here this morning on this Tuesday morning. I am excited just because I woke up this morning and I'm here. That's exciting enough, right? We show up. That's what this is. That's what our talk is about today. Is just showing up.
Just show up.
You never know what's going to happen, right?
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take our heavy kettlebell and we're going to set it aside. We're going to get a little bit lighter kettlebell. I'm going down to a 12. Go down to one that you can handle relatively easily. And we're going to do some of those bent presses. So, swing your kettlebell to the rack position. Point your feet away from the kettlebell. I have it in my left hand. I'm pointing my feet to the right. Whatever hand the kettlebell's in, that back leg stays straight and the hips move in that direction. The other knee bent, palm facing forward on the inside of the thigh. I'm going to look at the kettlebell as I fall away and press. Stand. Lock it. Pull yourself in a one-arm pull. Then press. High window. Return. Again. One more. Point your feet to the front. Change hands. Turn your feet away. Hand on the inside of the thigh. Kick the hip back. Look at the bell. Press. One. Two. Keep everything fired. 3. 4. One more. Point the feet to the front. Set it down. Nice. The bench press. It's going to feel a little awkward at first. It's going to feel strange. It's going to feel awkward. It's going to feel weird. That's where you learn things. If you find yourself in a situation that's awkward and weird, probably means you're learning something. Doesn't matter if we're talking about physical, mental, or emotional. New information, new movement patterns, new thinking patterns are awkward. Get used to it. This is Make awkwardness your comfort zone. Oh, you should write that down. I want a nickel every time anybody says that. Okay. Back to the big joke. All right, let's do this. We are going to do what can't be. No, it's only 6:21. I can't read.
So that clock is 5 minutes fast.
Yeah, I can't see. It looked like a 3, but it's a 2.
Okay.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do
One thing kettlebell training does not help is eyesight.
telling
As you get
time,
older.
eyesight, counting.
Just letting you know.
For God's sake, don't let me teach you how to count. Okay. We're gonna do the five tiers of happiness. We're gonna do the 5 tiers. Swing, high pull, rack and press, snatch, squat. So 5 on each side. Here we go. Starting with one hand. Swing, high pull, rack and press, snatch. Other side. Oops, squat. Other side. See that? High pull.
Keep going to do the 4 tiers.
Rack and press. Snatch. Squat. It used to be 4. Without the squat, it was called foreplay. In keeping with the naming convention of all the kettlebell exercises. High pull. Rack and press. Snatch. That's 2. Other hand. High pull. Rack and press. Snatch. Three. Four. Set it down.
Beautiful. Wow, that was amazing. And David was using his heavy kettlebell today.
Well, this is
That's pretty
20
good.
kilograms.
Yeah, that's good. That's big though for you standing up overhead.
It is.
Really, really good. Good job.
Okay. Have a seat. Feet wide. Whew. Kettlebell in front of you. Tip it towards you. Grab it by the horns. Bring it behind your head. Hold it there. Let go with your left arm. Lean towards your left leg. Let the weight of the kettlebell be like someone pushing on your back.
Now you should not feel any pain. If you feel pain, just let up a little bit. You will feel a little
Pressure.
bit of pressure. But if you're feeling pain, then back off.
Other side.
The saying "no pain, no gain" is not true. You should never feel actual pain. And pressure is meaning your body is working, but pain is meaning there's something wrong.
Yes. Our motto is no pain, no brain. surrender in a stretch. So many people try to stretch. If you're trying, you're contracting your muscles. If you're contracting your muscles, you're not going to stretch. Stretching is a not trying. It's not a doing, it's an undoing. It's a releasing. Thank you.
Yeah. And I felt that I have done that before where I'm on the floor stretching and I'm trying too hard and I realize that in doing that, my muscles are contracting, which is not allowing me to stretch. The minute I release it all and allow my body to stretch with kindness and love instead of saying, you stretch body, I don't know why my hips aren't stretching. Release it with love and kindness and just release, then you can stretch. And it's also a daily practice. So if you can't stretch in a certain position today, just keep doing it because you will get better.
We're going to do one more exercise. We have time. We're going to do one more exercise. We're going to do some swings. Look, boo, have a seat. I will. We're just going to do 50 swings. So pick up your bell. Go to your place, folks. Pick up your bell. 50 swings. I wasn't going to do this, but I got time, and here we go. One. 19.
20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50! Woo! Celebration time. Good job. Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Tuesday. We are the Human Empowerment Experience, and we are here to empower you to be your very best and to live your best life. And today's motto or today's work is just to show up. Just show up. So if you're thinking of doing something, joining a group,
Which you've already done.
You're here. You're showing up here today because you're always going to learn something.
Next class, bring a kettlebell.
You never know what's going to happen. But we will be here tomorrow morning, which will be Wednesday, bright and early, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So happy that you all joined us today. Sending you all love, peace, happiness, and abundance. And sending those special healing energies to all of those in the world today who are suffering and hope that they will find peace in their day today. Setting our intentions for a beautiful day today. It's going to be a fantastic day because we make it that way. That's the way it rolls, right? We make our own day. We are the creators of our own life. But I'm so happy to have you join us today. We will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. Love you all. Take care. Bye, everybody.